What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. I haven't said bienvenido in a long time. Few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down, like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the show, you can call in and we can talk about whatever you want, whatever it is on your mind, on your heart. We can get it out. We can argue. We could talk about color. We could talk about blacks and whites and gays and whatever. We could talk about whatever. I'm here for it. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. I'll read them live on air. Amazing stuff. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today? That's a good question. And we about to find out. You about to find out. Really quick, out the gate, Linian Chin with the super chat says, LGH was too slow to explain the Matrix reference to JLP. Lord Goodhair is LGH, I believe. Neo is the one for all blacks because we can't read. We got to watch the movies. Agent Smith is white Jesus making us work for our income. So Agent Smith from the movie The Matrix is the nemesis, while Neo is the victor, and Linian Chin is saying Neo is like the blacks because we can't read. I don't get that part. But the whites are like the whites are like the nemesis, the enemy. But I don't know Linian Chin. I think Linian Chin is just joking around, but that's basically the opposite of what Mark is saying. Mark and others, Mark and Josh. When they say that blacks were created to serve whites. Lord have mercy. The fact that that's still even lingering in different shows, the fact that that is still even a thing, that everybody is kind of like thinking like, that might be true, If you entertaining that, something wrong with you. But thanks, Linian Chin. I appreciate it. Serge on Buy Me a Coffee says, yo, daddy. Yo, daddy, Serge. Yo, daddy, and your mama. Your sister, too. Anyway, we'll get back to those in a second. We got some super chats that are coming in, and you guys are sending them in, and I appreciate it. It's like you guys don't want me to get to my show. But that's okay. HSG with a super chat says, hi. Hey, man. What's up, brah? All right. Let's move on. So, I got something for you guys today. Ooh-wee. I got something for you guys today. A little message and a little clip. Because I'm into making things easier for myself. I'm into just making things simpler and easier for myself. That's what I'm into. I'm into taking the load off. Whoa. Pause. I'm into like relaxing the shoulders because I'm into letting letting go all the stress. I'm into that. That's what I'm into because it's just a better way to live. And when I realize these things, I like to share them because I see how they're helping me. And it's up to you, believe what you want, right? Don't believe nothing I say. But I just like making things easier, making life easier. So what do you have to offer is my question for today's topic. What do you have to offer? And this is so crazy because my whole life I've been like thinking that I have so much to offer. Right? Like, what can I offer somebody, or what can I offer life? And I realized that you have nothing to offer. Let me explain what I mean, because that sounds like depressing, right? What do you mean I have nothing to offer? What the? No, but you have nothing to offer. And what I mean by that is that there's nothing that you can give anybody physically that is of value, right? I'm not even talking about a 9-to-5 job. I'm not even talking about providing for your family. Even that. You're not offering, that's not offering, right? The only thing, we have nothing to offer. And then we also can't, even spiritually, all we can do is just show up. And just think about it. In the average mind, that's going to sound so crazy to somebody. They're going to be like, what do you mean I have nothing to offer? I want to be able to offer something, right? Of course we have stuff to offer. Then why are we on this planet? Not realizing that response adds more conflict to your life. When accepting that we offer nothing actually makes your life easier. But let me explain what I mean by it. Is that all you can do is offer yourself, for one, just you. And in offering you, all you can do is just be of faith, right? You offer nothing but your faith in God. That's nothing. You can offer nothing to anybody else but your faith in God. That's it. You can offer not one person anything but your faith in God. What I mean by that is that everything has to be done through you. Everything has to be done through you. And it's not up to you to make the decision of what you can bring to the table, because it has no value. The real competition in life is so interesting because I see, and I was one of these guys too. I see like online, in person, in friend groups, in society, there's like, especially with girls too. There's this competition to who has more stuff, right? Who makes the most money? Who has the better car? Who has the better lifestyle? Who's happier? Who's all this different things? And I was thinking like, man, like I totally used to be that. I totally was like, man, I never competed. I never wanted to compete against somebody about that stuff, but I wanted those things, right? But I realized the competition should be who has the most trust. If we're going to have a competition, right? Nobody should compete. But that's what the competition should. Who has the most faith? Who believes the biggest? Who lets go the most? Who has the least stress? Who has the most peace? That should be the competition. If there was one, right? Who has the most faith? Who believes in God the most? Who's trusting God fully the most, to where all their burdens or problems they're not trying to control themselves. Who's doing that the most? That's the competition. Because all that other stuff is a responsibility too. Money, cars, a house. I realize, and there's nothing wrong with those things, right? Let's make that clear. There's nothing wrong with those things. But I realize this too, is that like getting out on my own, that when you have whatever you have, a house, a condo, apartment, whatever you have, a room that you rent, whatever, is that the bigger your place is, the more you have to clean it. The more stuff you have to clean. You know what I mean? Big mansion house sounds nice. And it's nice when it makes sense, right? You got a big family, whatever. But when you just have it to have it, you guess what? You got to clean it. The more stuff you got, the more responsibility it is. It sound nice, look nice, feel nice, but guess what? It need maintenance. And I'm like, oh shoot, dang. I don't want to do all that. Especially unnecessarily. But anyway, moving on. And then I'm gonna get some calls in a second. That's why you hire a maid. You could hire a maid, but that's also another burden. That was like $500 extra, maybe more than that, like $1,000 extra a month. If you got it like that, then I guess, but I don't know. But anyway, women, this is really important. This is like, I guess it's not that important. But this might help. This might help the ladies out, and maybe the men too, because this is not an important thing. Let me rephrase. This is not an important thing, but this is where society is at in general as a whole. Everybody's dating, right? Everybody's dating. Everybody's dating. That's just the facts. And Joel, you talk about dating all the time, which is not true. I don't talk about dating all the time. But that's a hot subject. Everybody can relate. You know what I mean? But the problem that happens is that when it comes to women when they date, not all women, but a lot of women have a checklist. They got a checklist, and on that checklist, it has a list of things that the man has to have or a man better not have. Right? Not realizing that that checklist is for their own sense of security, false sense of security. Because if the man has these things, right, a job, money, I don't know, nice car, or I don't know, what are some things that a man can have? He dresses nice, smells good, wears a nice watch, he's tall, he works out, he knows how to draw. I don't know, maybe some weird stuff on the checklist. But even not the weird stuff, even the semi, what looks like normal stuff. It's a false sense of security for the woman because the woman wants to feel secure. So when they see that a man has this, it makes them feel like they are going to be taken care of. But if a man comes to you on a date with that ladies, he ain't offering you nothing. And those things are nice, but he ain't offering you nothing. The only thing you need to know is the light. And we've talked about this before. Does he have the light? Is the light in him? Is he following the light? Is he following the light? And guess what? Everything comes from the light. That's why the only thing you have to look for is the light, because everything else comes from the light. His confidence comes from the light. His security comes from the light. His income comes from the light. His all that stuff. All that stuff comes from the light. So if he has the light, he's good. That way, when all these other things dry up, or maybe they fall off, or maybe situations happen and they disappear, you won't be like these people in this next clip I'm going to play in a second. Lost and confused. What do we do now? Oh, shoot, life is because they base their life on a false sense of security, like money and status and provider, and does he know how to fix the house? Can he? You know what I mean? All you need to know is, does he have the light? But also, do you have the light? What the? Do you have the light to see the light? Anyway. That's a serious question. Listen, I know dating may not be like an important or serious thing that people need to take serious, but that's where people are at today. People are into dating and they want to choose the right person. So I'm just sharing what I think that might be help the process. But the light is your security, girl. The light is the security. The light is the security. God is the security. And sometimes you ain't got nothing left but to have faith that God's going to work it out. So if you can't be secure in trusting God, who is in control of all the things that you want and desire, then you got your emotions and expectations in the wrong places, and you ain't gonna find what you're looking for. You ain't gonna find what you're looking for. So focus on the security of your faith and your trust in God. That's what you should be working on. Not trying to be no entrepreneur. And that'll happen too if that's where you're supposed to go when the time is right. But that ain't the answer. And I'm yelling at myself too. But let me play this clip that has a perfect example. And then I'm going to get to some calls. You can call in 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. And we could talk about it. So, and then I'm going to get to your super chats as well. Super chats coming in. Appreciate you guys. And you buy me a coffees. So this clip here is from Instagram. A man and a woman explain how tough it is to live in today's economy. Here we go.
Pay $2,100 a month for rent. Can't get a loan for a house because of credit. Try to get a loan to pay off all of our debt, but can't do that because you don't have the credit. Can't afford a $1,600 home loan, but we can afford a $2,100 rent payment. We have to move because our landlord is selling her house, and everywhere is $2,400, $2,500. Some places are $3,000 for rent.
It's hard to fix credit right now because everyone's basically practically in debt. And remember, only 30% of people are making $100,000 a year. So yeah, bro, it's hard. Like being an adult right now in this economy is just insane. The people don't even have over $10,000 in their bank account just to have for emergency. Bro, I seen a studio the other day. It was like $1,800 a month for a studio to rent out. No bedroom, no living den, just straight bedroom, kitchen, You wake up into your kitchen. You're like, this is crazy. So imagine you got kids. You need to get 2 beds, 2 bats, or 3 beds, 3 bats. You're looking at like 23 to 26 for 2-2, and then a 3-3, you're looking at like 26 and up.
So I totally understand what they're talking about. I totally understand it. From a reality perspective, prices are high. Everything going up, and it's prices are going up everywhere, not just in Los Angeles. Everywhere in the cheaper areas of California, that used to be the cheaper areas, in the low income areas of California, all over the United States, everything's going up. Prices are going up, and yeah, it is getting tougher to like navigate. But honestly, and I mean this as sincere as I can, the problem is not the, what do you call this little area? The economy. The problem is not the economy. The problem is the lack of faith. And I hate to overuse the word, so I'm going to try not to use it as much. Faith. But it's true. The problem is the lack of faith. Because when I tell you as a witness that God takes care of his people, I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about this stuff. And because it's provided, it's taken care of. When I tell you during COVID that I did not even look at the gas prices, that I did not even miss a step, that I still worked, that I still paid my bills, that I still got by, I still have food on the table, that I still didn't have to be suffocated. You know what I mean? And I don't say that to brag. I'm just saying that God take care of his people. COVID skipped over me. God take care of his people. The economy, yeah, and that should be dealt with, right? When we get Trump back in office, he's going to deal with it. But that should be taken care of. The economy, the prices got to go down. Gas got to go down. Inflation got to go down. We got to be able to, like, that's true. That's not your problem. And the girl that's crying in the video, she's just stressing out, right? Why? I don't know her life, but maybe her confidence was in her ability to live a comfortable life physically. You know what I mean? Because you ladies, you guys like all kinds of stuff. Hair products, facial products, nails done, hair done, highlights, heels, shoes, sandals in different colors for different days of the week. Keep up with the fashion trends. You guys know you're expensive. You know what I mean? And don't let nobody tell you have to give up the heels. Ooh, they gonna catch a knife to the throat. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's not the issue. Your security and is in the wrong place. Terry says, women are expensive, Joel. That's the problem. That's the problem. Expensive for no reason. And it's okay to have those things. It's nice to have those things, but they just shouldn't be a value of importance. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't have those things. Trust me, those things are nice. Yeah. I'm not saying don't have them. But when they gone, why are we depressed? Why is life stressful now? Why is things over? Why is life so hard now? I'm telling you guys, faith is the light. Trust in God. Faith in God is the only thing to be sought. And everything else will be added. And trust me, I still be like, dang. But learning it, understanding it, applying it in my life makes it easier and easier. But anyway. Let me see what let's get to these simple chats and then we're gonna get to these calls. We got some calls here. There's some lines open. 888-775-3773. Get in now. Stop playing. Get in now and don't call me last 5 minutes of the show. Come on now. That's how the black people on the side of my black side of the family talk. Come on now. John Zimmer, offer hate loves to hate. No man was made to serve another man. Those without truth, outside of the Father's grace, require governance because they lack discernment. They lost in their messy imagination. So true. I'll read it again. No man was made to serve another man. Exactly. Those without truth, in quotations, outside of the Father's grace, require governance because they lack discernment. They lost in their messy imagination. Yep. No man is created to serve any other person. I mean, you serve each other in that sense, right? In like without it being too fluffy sounding. But Jesus came to not be served, but to serve, right? So you serve people in that way. But to the way Mark and them saying it, nah. Blacks were created to serve whites. I think Mark was just playing. I don't know about Josh. Josh was pretty tight on that one. Josh was not giving that up. But I think Josh, deep down, he know that he's sounding crazy. Lenny and Chin, the price of being pretty is vanity, aka insecurity, and that feeds on socioeconomic substance, not on faith. Only men can maintain inner stillness. Not true, Lenny and Chin, but first part is true. The socioeconomic thing and being pretty is vanity, but not the only men can maintain inner stillness. Women can do it too. It's a lot harder because, they're wired. They're the weak, and I hate to say it like this, but it's just true, is that they're the weaker vessel. And because of that, it's a lot easier to get caught up into the emotions and that kind of stuff. But a woman can have peace too. A woman can have a sound mind. A woman can be grounded. That's possible. A woman can overcome. So they could be still too. But I get the point, Lenny and Chin, and I appreciate the super chat. And I think that's what you mean. Okay, let me get some calls. Let me get to the calls now. More alpha beard, Joel. Looks good on you. More beard? I don't know. But thank you, though. CG. Let me go to Serge at Texas. Serge, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thanks, Joel. How you?
How's it going, Serge?
Man, it's crazy over here in Texas. They over here executing cops, but all is well.
Ooh, what's going crazy, huh?
Yeah. Right in my city, man. Right in Dallas area, man. Guy was just chilling in the car. I don't know if you heard about it.
No, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, and then I went quickly to it. Devil in me went to a thought. I was like, he black. I already know.
Wait, somebody just pulled up on a cop and just shot him?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's getting crazy everywhere.
It's one of those radicals, and that's why when I first heard from Jesse years ago, and I wasn't like watching him consistently.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Black Lives Matter being a radical hate group, and I was just like, I never really paid it no attention, right? I had no thoughts about it, but now I see it, and it's everybody who think black, identify with black, and they do stuff like this, man. And then that was a black cop in a black neighborhood, a black, impoverished neighborhood.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's just hate, man. At the end of the day, I know, we like to throw around the word racism, but it's just hate because, it's a black cop. And if a person's angry or hateful towards whatever, and they blame it on the uniform, it's not going to matter if the cop is white or black. They're going to take their vengeance out on who it's going to be. So it's crazy everywhere, man. It's a mess.
Yep. I wanted to say I agree with you on what you were saying as far as valuing the most important things, and even the woman in the video worried about the economy and the way rent is and stuff like that. I realized that we're all doing it. I don't do it. I've never done it, Joel. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Even in relationships, women will look at me and be like, what are you going to do? You're not going to pay your car insurance? Nope, I'll pay it when I get a chance. So you're just going to drive? Yep. Just like no worries. And they're so worried. They're like, what is wrong with you? I just don't got the money, so I'll just, I'll do what I can do.
Yeah.
So I never worried in that aspect.
Yeah. No, I get your point about not worrying, but just a heads up, folks. I'm not saying don't pay your insurance. Serge is just using an example, but he's making a valid point. Go ahead, Serge.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that I've noticed is when amongst women, when you tell them, not when you tell them, but when your job title or duty is like, you tell them what you do for a living, and their immediate thought, and this is how you know it's not gonna work. Their immediate thought is you don't make enough.
Oh yeah.
I get that so often because I was interviewed, and it was a bunch of women who said, and I double the average earner, right? And so the intellectuals can find out what that would be. And the first thing that they said was, that ain't enough. And I was like, I had no thoughts about it because I already knew what that was, what was operating in them. But that told me a lot about, it made it more clear what the focus was, that there was a list.
Oh, yeah.
And on that list, I wasn't going to pass it as far as money is concerned.
Yeah. And guys have to be firm enough to deal with that properly, either whether it be to walk away, whether it be to speak up on it, to whatever. Guys need to be able to be firm enough to walk away from that, because guys, get caught up in the beauty or in the feelings or wanting it to work out so much that we just let those things go. And what happens is, the woman tends to feel entitled by that or feel, I don't know, some false sense of value that she is worth a certain amount of money or whatever. And they're not being checked. So I'm not saying we got to go around and just constantly just be like, what's wrong with you? But we got to not let the feelings keep us from doing the right thing.
Yep, I totally agree with that. And my last statement is, tell me if you agree or disagree with this. I think that having a list is like having it's like food, having a taste for food. And what may taste good to you may not be good for you. And you should just go what's the healthiest for you, because that's the best thing for the soul, for the body.
And what do you mean by what's the healthiest thing for you?
The healthiest thing for you would be picking based off of the right criteria, what I believe to be the right criteria, which is just someone with that heart and that spirit that that to follow God, and that's simply it. Everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's sometimes I notice that somebody can mean well, but they still like may not even see in general. So it's tough to well, to be honest, that's why we shouldn't really be looking, right? And there's nothing wrong with meeting people, having friends, and hanging out or whatever. But we don't look because we end up looking for all the wrong things or choosing based off of our feelings and desires. And then those people, they see something that's different about you, but they don't really understand what it is, and they'll be quick to impose their mess on you. So it's a mess, man. That's why we just got to focus on doing the right thing and then let God do the rest.
Yeah, I just want to pick the right attitude, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word, because if a 13-year-old girl asked a coach, is it better to pick attitude or technique? Somebody who has the right attitude or the right technique? He said, I'll pick attitude because I can teach technique. So I don't care if she's a great cook. If she has the right attitude, she'll learn it, man.
Yeah,
that's it, man. That's all.
No, that's true, and you'll only be able to know that, over time as you hang out. So that means you can't be vetting. You always say answers. You always say answers that end up making my point. Do you ever realize that? You always say things and they end up like making the point that I've been saying in the beginning.
If you read too deep into the vetting, and the vetting just mean that, hey man, I'm open. That's it. That's all it means, and you're open too.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I appreciate it, sir. Any last comments before I end?
That'll be it, man. I want to hear the rest of the calls.
All right, man. Cool.
All right.
Bye. That's so funny. Let me happy what's today? Memorial. No. What's today? Labor Day. Oh, I thought it was like the Fallen Soldier Day. But shout out to the fallen soldiers. But it's Labor Day. And we laboring on Labor Day? What the? This is blasphemous. Happy Labor Day to all people out there at home not laboring. Amazing stuff. Let me see. Let me just check these super chats here. Hold on. Loading. Give me 1 second here, guys. I do have some buy me a coffees that I want to get to. I didn't get to last week. Get to. The key with the donut said, in Florida, it's so hot. Very seldom do women wear makeup unless for a special event. It is refreshing to see women's natural beauty. Interesting point. I notice when I go to like Florida or like somewhere else other than California, which I like California, okay? But if I go somewhere else like Florida or something where it has like humidity, it's always very beautiful. A lot of color, the grass is greener, the trees are just flowing in the wind, and the sky is blue. The waters are just, it's just a nicer scenery. So I wouldn't be surprised the women are the same. You know what I mean? Like just the skin glowing. Because it's too hot to be wearing makeup. Ain't it? At least not that much. Or else you're going to be looking like this. Do I have to show it? Let me show it real quick. Can I pull this up? And listen, you could wear a little bit, but you just don't want to do this one. Because this ain't for you. This ain't how you want to go. You don't want to be like that. Come on. Listen when I tell you. That ain't good for you. And nobody want to see all that. Listen, you don't want to go something like this. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong one. That was natural. Sorry, lady. I didn't mean to put you on blast like that. I meant to put up your other one. Hold on. Not that one, lady. I'm sorry. This one. Come on. That's the same person, by the way. Come on. Just be enjoying the sun with your face getting a tan. It's the only way. It's the only way. Oh, hello, Joel, making fun of women. I'm not making fun of women. Okay? Don't say that. Anyway. Oh, shoot. Where was I? So, thank you, the key. We got... Make sure I got to these. We have JC from Little Rock. The Lions Den won today. He was speaking last week. Falconing and Yoda, come join the Lions Den since y'all got so much stuff to say. Zenny too. JC, I can't read this. You just started stuff, man. JC, you can't call the show. Let me just give a warning to all the callers real quick. You can no longer call my show and try to talk mess about anybody else in the chat. I don't want to hear anything about anybody else business in the chat. I don't want to hear I don't even want to hear shout outs. I don't even want to hear shout outs. If I hear them, I'm hanging up on you. Because why for one, and for two, why again? Makes no sense. Don't call nobody else in the chat. Don't do no subliminals either. Serge, you be doing some subliminals sometimes. No subliminals. Okay. I appreciate the super chats, but I don't even want to see a super chat with somebody calling out the chat, JC. That make no sense. Call me and we'll talk about, you and I will have a conversation. So you will get hung up. Anybody who call in talking stuff about chat, hung up. Click. So that's that. But thank you for the donation, JC. I appreciate it. Joel Amala Ikumponobi would make for a great guest on your show. Make it happen, Joel. It'll make for a fruitful discussion. The key is talking about the girl I played on Thursday, where I was showing what was it? Natural bodies versus the bot bodies. And one of the girls on the natural side was Amala. And apparently she has a YouTube channel. She's pretty popular. A big following. And they're referring to having her on the show. That'd be cool. That'd be a fun discussion. I agree. Might have to make that happen. Who knows? Thank you, Key. Key goes on to say, with 3 more donuts, Joelle, the young lady in the Jubilee video, is Amala. She has her own YouTube channel, and it's amazing. Check her out. She's single, bright, and beautiful. Well, I didn't need to know all the single part, but I appreciate it. All right. Let me go to Zenny at Canada. Zenny, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Joel.
What up, Zenny?
Joel.
Who are you sounding like?
Nobody. Now that you gave that little
warning. Boy, my finger was on the trigger right now.
Man, so you're saying I can't do an impression of someone?
No.
No impression?
No.
Even if you got beautiful black skin, Joel.
That's it. Zenny gone. What's wrong with y'all? What is going on? Is today Halloween? My dumping friend. And Zenny, you supposed to be saying, you're supposed to be saying demod it. I'm about to replace you with Terry, Zenny. I'm about to replace you with Terry on the mod status. Anyway, let me check the super chats here. If everybody says right now to replace Zenny with Terry, I'll do it right now. Let me see here. Let me check the super chats. Make sure we're good to go. I think we're good. I got to end shortly here, guys. Shortly. But let me recap really quick and then I'm going to end. Is that don't be looking for no money and none of that stuff. Don't be looking for no money. Of course, you got to pay the bills. So you need to work and you need to get a job and you need to like do what's in front of you to do, right? But you don't got to be stressing out about ladies finding a man that is a provider. If he's doing the right thing, he will be a provider. So just worry about if he's going to be doing the right thing or not. And plus, if it's added unto you, you wouldn't have to worry about choosing the right man in the first place either. Right? If you're patiently waiting and the right opportunity is presented, then you don't have to worry about choosing the right or wrong one. It'll already kind of be there. But when you're out and about, because you know the ladies get approached by the guys. The guys do the approaching to the ladies for the most part, right? Nothing wrong with the woman approaching the guy either. I know that's taboo for some reason, but ain't nothing wrong with a woman saying a word. Because sometimes they'll just they'll just stand next to you and just waiting for you to say something. Like, you can say hi. They'll just stand there looking at you and waiting for you to make the move because it's like this rule that the man has to talk to women. No, you can just say hi, hey, start the conversation. That's okay. You know what I mean? But, yeah, the guys approach the girls for the most part. So if they approach you and you're wondering like, this is like a decent guy, don't look outwardly. Is all I'm saying. You'll know, especially if you a decent person, you'll know if he's about it or not. And when I say about it, like a decent guy. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with guys. And I forgot I was going to show you guys, not today, but maybe another time, I'll show you guys this like interesting thing I saw about this guy expressing to this girl how he feels. I was so shocked. Not shocked though, but like taken back. When I realized that this is how this guy got this girl. It was like interesting stuff. I was like, that's how he got it? And I'm thinking like, oh, like maybe let's see if like she liked him because he's like a strong guy, a solid guy. Let me see. And that was not the case. And I was like, dang. Dang. But anyway. I gotta go, y'all. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm back here tomorrow. Happy Labor Day. Enjoy the rest of your non-laboring. And I'll see you tomorrow. Guess what? Before I leave, though, don't forget to go watch Punchy TV at 2 p.m. Brand new episode. And if you guys don't know what it's about or what you're getting into, or you haven't subscribed, make sure you go subscribe to Punchy TV on YouTube. That is a new show hosted by myself and the other co-hosts who have their own shows as well on the network, James Hake, Nick, and the founder, Jesse Lee Peterson, owner of Bond and founder of the network, we all do it together, right? So make sure you guys check it out. And before I leave, here is a teaser, a trailer of what you're going to get. A little sneak peek of what you're going to get today at 2 p.m. And after that, I'm going to end. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, actually, I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Don't forget Pacific time. Here we go.
This little boy turned girly almost out of the womb, according to his parents. That's the mother's darkness. And it sounds like the father may have overreacted to the girliness, and so he looks like the bad guy when the mother's the bad guy.
I think it has to go both ways. I don't think that she just wakes up, I'm just pure evil.
It's always something like you can kind of not understand, but you can see how the father got there, and yet from the mother it's pure hell. And then the mother was just hateful.
But we can't make excuses for the father and not make excuse for the mother is what I'm saying.
Because the mother has the spirit of Satan.
So does the father though.